We're doing the London Film and Comic Con summer show and I'm really excited for it. Welcome to the vlog. I hope you enjoy the video. We are heading to the convention center, so let's get going. Because I am late. Ding ding. Is this working? I hope so. I am sweaty. I am shiny, but I have arrived and that's good. So we made it in time, sort of in time. Not really on time. I was very late. But yeah, we're gonna get set up. There's like no way of getting like nice lighting from here, but I am in such a nice position. Like the sun is coming straight in and it's just like really making these green colors pop, and I'm so happy about that. I am obsessed with the grid cubes that we sorry, I choked on some water earlier. I am genuinely obsessed with the green grid cubes. We coated them with vinyl in my previous videos. If you want to go check that out, that's on my channel. Gotta get set up. I have about 2 hours and 15 minutes left. I'd like to be finished in an hour if I can, because then I can beat the rush in getting home on the train. Because I have a good 3-hour journey back, so yeah. There it is! There it is. Okay, so I do have to adjust that banner a little bit because it's looking a little bit wobbly, which is becoming even worse because of the sunlight, but yeah, oh, I love the green. The reason why these ones are gridded is a surprise. I'm gonna show you once we finish the setup. Same over there. I was gonna have two next to each other, but then I didn't do that. I put on fairy lights. It just seemed like I was quite on schedule and that didn't seem right, so I felt like a bit of self-sabotage, so I decided to take half an hour to put in some fairy lights that are kind of going to be in the way, but they're also kind of cute, so yeah, let's get back to work. I like to think that I can allow myself like one act of self-sabotage while I'm here, so I've done the fairy lights now and I feel like that's it. So now we gotta stay on track for the rest of it. Yeah, I think so. all set up. I think it looks alright. There's definitely like a few empty spaces here. I forgot my earring sign back home, so that would ideally go there. But then I've also got the spare frame in case I can't get the earring sign to work, because I had a bit of issue with like mounting the earrings. Here I'm gonna have a shelf, which I'm bringing tomorrow because it didn't fit in my suitcase. And of course, this one's looking quite like sad and shabby, so I gotta bring a lot more mystery pins. I also have a display sign of like all the different mystery pins you can get, which I wanted to put here, but if I can't fit that on there, then I'm gonna get that like spare arch print from over there, slap it on there. But I think we're onto something. I think this will be good. Now they're gonna kick us out soon, so we gotta go. Walking back home now. I ended up taking the wrong train back, so I had to go to one stop, like basically pass my station, swap to another train, go back to a station further back, and I just missed the other train going to that station. So there's been a lot of back and forth, but you know, it wouldn't be a trip with me really if it wasn't, would it? You wouldn't be traveling with me if it wasn't a bit chaotic anyways. And yeah, I'm just walking home. I'm about 20 minutes from where I live, and yeah, it's quite a nice and safe area, so you don't have to worry about anything, which is always nice. Yeah, I'll catch you guys tomorrow, day 1. Good morning. We just made it to the convention center a few minutes before 8 o'clock actually, so I was really lucky with the trains. And it's raining outside, so they let us come in just a few minutes before, so that's really nice. And I am drying my shelf because it is pouring outside. Well, a little bit pouring at least. So just getting that nice and dry. And yeah, I think we're gonna have a nice show today. I don't know how Friday's gonna be. I've never done a Friday before, but yeah, I had a look at the schedule. There's a lot of talks going on today, but I mean, that could be people coming down to the Artist Alley venue as well, or it could be people simply coming for the talks and then meeting up with friends. You never know. But it's gonna be a fun weekend, I think. So I am gonna tidy up here, get set, and then we're gonna get started. So here is the setup. I've got mystery pins over there, sticker sheets, prints. I need a better way of displaying them, but hopefully like that one and those ones will kind of showcase them a little bit. Got enamel pins, and there's also like a deal on the different pins. You can mix and match between Hatchelotto pins and my pins in there. Got like my We Accept Cash and Card sign, got my pin banner, got my, yeah, I told you, sticker sheets, extra large pins, earrings. It's a bit bland down there, I might put something else there. And plushies, or plushie keychains. I was gonna say it's about 5 minutes until we open, so I have 5 minutes to eat, but it turns out we actually have an hour and 5 minutes because it doesn't open until 10. We all thought it was 9, so now we're all ready and we have a full hour, which is good because it gives me time to run down to Costa, get a coffee, or maybe I'll look for an independent. Maybe. We'll see. And there we go, we are officially in business. I got my Lotto antennas on and I feel a little bit silly, but I think silly is good. I also heard that like if you wear something like kind of funny and silly, then it makes you more approachable, and I like to be approachable because I think sometimes I just stand there looking at the floor and I look terrified. So maybe these axolotl frills will give me power of confidence, power of social skills. That would be cool. Anyhow, we're about 20 minutes in. It's very slow, but it's a Friday morning, to be expected, I think. And yeah, we'll have a look, see how it goes. 11:13, and we had our first sale of the day. Yay! It is pretty slow. It's well, it's a Friday morning, so you kind of gotta expect it to be slow. But I think towards the end of the day, I think we'll probably be quite good. But right now, we're just enjoying the atmosphere, talking to people who come by for browsing, and having a bit of a browse myself. And yeah. Okay, it is 2:46 p.m. and we just made table back, so that's exciting. The table here is really cheap, just to say that. It is a slow day, but that's alright. It's a Friday and most people haven't even finished work yet, so it's okay. But yeah, it's a really nice event. It's quite cozy and hopefully tomorrow will be really good. I'm really enjoying it though. I mean, I think I've said it before, but I love the organizers for this one. They walked around in the morning giving everyone free water and they come around checking that everyone's okay. It's just a really nice event. I do recommend doing it if you're local to London. I don't recommend doing it if you have to travel too far. I am right outside of London. I pay around £30 per day to get into the city and back. And it's worth it for me, but if your travel is over 100 a day or something like that in a hotel, then I wouldn't do it. But otherwise, yes. Although it's Friday, I might change my mind tomorrow and say everyone should do it. We'll see. So yes, we'll have a look. See you at the end of day one. Hi. It's the end of day one. It was really slow today, but it's okay. And people don't have it's not a typical holiday vacation time, thing like that, so it's alright. I managed to make table back just barely, and I still have all the other expenses to cover. Having said that, I don't know why, but I have a really good feeling about tomorrow. So we'll see how it goes. I know it's not going to be an enormous smashing hit type thing, but I have a feeling there'll be a decent chunk of profit in there. So I am excited, and also I'm feeling good because I love this con. I love the organizers, I love the venue, and yeah, it's a really nice atmosphere, really nice chill Comic-Con. I got to meet some friends, some of my internet friends, so that was really cool. And I'm constantly looking at my face because I am super shiny, so tomorrow I'm going to remember to bring powder. Not that I need it, but it helps the confidence, when you're talking to people. But yeah, so I am gonna head out, call it a night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye! Good morning. We're gonna do a little bit of multitasking. I got here around, right before 9, right before opening. And yeah, it's been a nice slow morning. The doors just opened and it's actually filling up quite a bit, so we're excited. Hopefully today will be a good day. But yeah, there's a lot of interesting people signing autographs and stuff today. A lot of cool photo ops, and there's a cosplay masquerade at the end of the day. So yeah, it should be good. Sorry, I have my word. Get that hair out of the way. I got lost in the morning because I had to take the train to a different station, so naturally. I wanted to film it, but it was pouring down rain, so much traffic, you wouldn't have heard a thing. There you go. But yes, I used a lot of my phone battery on using the sat nav and stuff, which means I won't be able to film a ton today, but I'll keep you guys posted on everything that's happening, and hopefully it'll be alright. The reason, by the way, if you're not familiar with Artisalis and stuff like that, I have my payment app on my phone. And I use, here in the UK we don't have Square readers as much, I guess, but we use, a lot of people use the Sama. It is a really nice and affordable device. And yeah, when I first bought it, I actually bought a lot of the accessories that came with it. I've never used them ever. So just the plain card reader is perfect. Okay, so yesterday we took in, I think, just over 100, which is it's very low actually. For a convention, it's really, really low. So hopefully today will be a lot better, and yeah, but I have made the table cost back. Not the travel or the food, but I have made table cost back, so very happy with that. And yeah, fingers crossed it'll be a good event. And if not, I'm getting a lot of crayoning done for another video, so that's alright. See you guys in a bit. That was honestly a bit depressing. I bought some marshmallows, and you should pick some up as well because you're gonna need them for this. You know what? It was a nice and cozy day. such is a fact. It was probably my second worst day trading ever. And the third one was yesterday, so that's also saying something. The first one, no, actually wait. Today was the third one. Yesterday was the second one. The absolute worst trading day I've had was the Sunday of the spring show of this convention. So, yeah. I mean, having said that, I'm not complaining. I've made my money back. I'm happy with that, but there is just not really a single penny left after that. So, we'll see. We'll see how tomorrow goes. Might be alright. It's not going to be massive. Like, to be honest, it's not going to be better than it was today, I don't think. So, it's a pretty, like, low one in comparison. But that's okay. You know, some are going to be really good. Some are going to be not so good. I feel like this one is not medium, but like maybe medium minus. Swapping up a bit. But yeah, it's been a good learning experience so far. You know what? I wish that I could have a con where there was lots and lots of people, because I feel like all the ones I've done so far have had like pretty low attendance, and because it's my first year, it's really difficult to judge if you're doing stuff right or not so efficient. If there aren't enough people to kind of weigh in. I don't know. But I met lots of nice people, it was a really good atmosphere, and had a really great time. I probably will not be rebooking this one, but I will be rebooking the spring show, and hopefully the autumn one will be good as well. I made it back to the town where I live, and I'm getting off the station feeling a little bit sorry for myself, I'm not gonna lie, like whinging a bit in my head. And I get off at the station, and there's like a small pop-up like country music festival, and someone is singing these like Dolly Parton cover songs that I grew up with, because my uncles used to have like a karaoke company when I was a kid. Fun fact, that alley we just walked through, the tunnel, I once reported some pretty nasty graffiti in there, and it got removed on the same day. Yes. But yeah, walking back now. We're gonna have some fish and chips, which I love, so that'll be good. And yeah, see you guys tomorrow. Now, are we in focus? Let's click this and see. Can you hear me? Hello, class. Hi, do you want to come and be in the frame? There we go. Yeah, sit down there. Not right there. The profits were not great, and we're gonna go through them now. It wasn't depressing. That was an exaggeration from someone who had been at an event for a very long time without a lot to do, and she was a bit bored and potentially feeling a bit sorry for herself. I think a lot of us were, but I mean, you gotta try these events in order to see if it is a thing for you or not. Klaus, I swear, every time I sit down to film, he comes in with his panting and breathing. But he's part of the gang, he's gotta be included. Okay, so I'm going through my sum up now to see the numbers that I made on each day. This app will it will list all the sales that I made in card transactions, and I'll be honest, I did not pay close attention to what items sold by card, which is unfortunate because this event was almost 50-50 in terms of transactions. So half of it was card, half of it was cash, and yeah, it was just interesting. But so let's have a look at this. I'm gonna try to remember. I know like the rough number we made after the entire weekend, because I do my like cash breakdown in my cash box at home after the event, so that I know how much extra, so like I know how much cash I made at the event, but I don't want to go check my sticky note. You can tell I keep like proper account. My accountants love it. Accountants, as if I have multiple. I have one accountant, and he just loves it when I send him like photos of my sticky notes. Anyhow, Friday the 5th of July, Central London event. I had 7 sales via card, and that was between 10 a.m. and when did it close? 6 p.m. Yeah, I think that was it, 10 to 6. I did find it a bit strange opening 10 a.m. on a Friday because most people are still at work. And I know that, you know, shows like Hyper Japan don't actually open until noon. So I think that's a better way to go, to be honest. But yeah, and it was very empty for the like Friday morning. There was no real point of us being there, if I'm being honest. And I think if I was to do this event again, I would definitely bring my laptop or something so that I can like do either a bit of YouTube editing or maybe some drawing, I don't know. It is not worth your time sitting at an event for 8 hours making 7 sales. I mean, fair enough, that was card only. I had some cash ones as well, but it was not a lot of cash transactions on the Friday. So my 7 sales, let's go through them. The first one was for 2 enamel pins and 1 single sticker sheet, and that was £21. I then sold a plushie keychain for £12. I sold 3 sticker sheets in a bundle for 10, which was a bit of an accident. It's supposed to be a bundle of 3 for 12, but I had misprinted my sign, and at that point, like, you don't want to have to explain that the entire weekend, so I left it. Next, I sold 2 enamel pins for £16 and another 2 enamel pins for £16. I always find those interesting because I did have a bundle on where you could get like 3 for 20, which again was a lot lower than my bundles typically are, because I had a feeling the show would be a bit slow, so I wanted to kind of offer slightly better bundles, I guess. But I hardly sold any bundles of 3 of anything the entire weekend. But as you'll see here, so my last 2 sales of the day, oh actually no, the second last sale of the day was for 2 sticker sheets for £8. Again, £1 lower per sheet than what I usually do, but that was a bundle as well, like 2 for something. And then I finally, at the end of the day, my last sale, which came in at $2.45, we didn't close until 6, remember that, so $2.45, and that was 3 enamel pins for £20. Which brings us up to a grand total of £103 for the Friday. Now, in addition to that, I had around 80, I think, in cash transactions. It wasn't a lot on the Friday, so I was still under £200 by the end of the Friday. My table cost $135, and I think I bought an additional helper pass. No, I think, yeah, an additional helper pass, which I think was 30. So that came to 165 in total. I will double check that on the screen. It doesn't sound right because it was a cheaper event to go to. Showmasters. The organizer for this event is Showmasters, and if you go on their email newsletter thing, they'll kind of pre-approve you for an event, and then you just get the vendor newsletter, and it's, you know, booked, so it's first come first serve. You just book it. They don't book up quickly, so you do have time if you want to have a think about it. Wow, that is more than I thought. So actually for this event, I paid £184.88. I did not think it was that much. So that is interesting. The exhibitor table was £136.85, and the helper pass was £48.03. A lot of people were laughing at that 3 pence because they were like, even if you were to cover it for everyone, it would cost you like £2. But I don't know, I mean, it is what it is, isn't it? So with all that into consideration, I know in the video I said that I made table back on the first day, and that is still the case, but because I only made, I made under 200 on that first day, and actually being there cost me $184.88, which means I did not make any additional profit on that day. I did not cover travel. Travel was cheap for me though. Or not cheap actually. It was 120 because I had a helper on the second day and I take the train in, but I'm outside of London. So it cost me between 27 and 31 pounds each day, but it's with a return ticket. So that was Friday, day 1. Broke even ish. I thought I broke even, as I said in the video, but I did not make back all my travel expenses. I probably covered 20 of them, which means there would have been 100 left ish. I am sorry that I'm doing approximate numbers here, and I will make sure that in future videos that I do a more exact thing with you guys, because I know that it's a lot more helpful to see exact figures than estimations. So I definitely will make sure that I get exact numbers next time. Okay, Saturday the 6th of July, we opened at 10 a.m. I think. No, we opened at 9 a.m. and it closed at 6 again. So this was then, let's see, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 9 hours. I should have been able to do that in my head, shouldn't I? And on this day, so remember, we opened at 9, and my first sale was at 10 a.m, 10:09 to be exact, and it was 1 sticker sheet for £5. I then sold my first 2 Hatchelotl mystery pins, and I'll put a photo on the screen if you don't know. Yes, I sold 2 of those for £16. It was 2 for 16. They're £9 each individually. So you save £2. And then, yeah, that was a 10:27. And then it was an entire 2 hours before I had my next sale again. And that was £9, 1 enamel pin. And they paid with American Express, so it was like a, I think, £3 card fee or something. Still, I choose to accept American Express because, you know, I don't want to exclude anyone. I then had someone trying to pay for a plushie keychain like several times, and I felt so bad because they really wanted it, but their card issuer was just declining the payment over and over. And I don't know why. I think she said that she'd been doing a lot of shopping that day, so that might have been why. But yeah, she really wanted it. She tried 6 times and it didn't go through. And I wanted to sell it as well. Sometimes that's how it goes. I then sold another. So actually at that point I picked up a little bit. So I sold another Hatchelotl mystery pin for £9. Then another enamel pin for £9. And then a bundle of 3 sticker sheets for £10. A set of 2 sticker sheets for £8. 3 sticker sheets, an art print and an enamel pin along with some other items that doesn't show in my summary for a total of £62. And that was probably, that £62 sale was probably my biggest sale of the entire convention. So thank you so much, both to that person and to all the others who shopped with me that weekend, because it helped so incredibly much. And then I sold a plushie keychain. The person came back, which was so cool. It was so nice. I then sold another 2 plushie keychains, and then I sold, oh yeah, those 2 plushie keychains were for £20 because I had a bundle on 2 to 20. I then sold a sticker sheet, just a single one, for £5. And at the end of the day, I sold a pin banner, which was really exciting. And I believe that went to another vendor, so thank you so much for buying a pin banner from me. And that sold for £12 because it's an oopsie banner. If you were part of my River Kickstarter at all, you'll remember them. They had like roughly cut outlines at the bottom. So yeah. Klaus, that's enough, that's enough. I don't want you licking your butt in my video. Can you wait? Or go in another room. He's got the entire house. And he hasn't had any interest to hang out with me today until just now when I switched on the camera. So I'm saying, he likes you guys. So my total in card sales for a Saturday at a big established convention in central London, £177. For reference, for my US friends, that's about $200. For a Saturday at a big established convention. Like, I mean, who wouldn't be a little bit bummed about that? Don't get me wrong, I'm grateful for every single sale, and anyone who came up to me that weekend, whether you were chatting or whether you were buying, honestly, like, it meant so much, because it was a slow weekend, and it was one of those conventions where, I think I mentioned before in the video as well, it was just so hard to judge if it was the right place for me to sell, because there wasn't many people there. So I mean, if you have like a massive crowd of people and they're not shopping with you, that's maybe an indication that that's not the place for you. It doesn't reflect your work, it It just means that your products are not a good fit for that convention or that market, or wherever you're selling. But what I found with a lot of the conventions I'm doing is that like there's not enough people. So I don't know if my products are good for anime conventions or not, and comics conventions, because there's genuinely just there isn't enough people to judge. Yeah, I don't know. But then again, I have been doing slow class. Oh, we're gonna try this again. Yeah, I just felt like, for a big, well, it's not a big convention, I suppose, but for an established convention, you would have expected more people to be there. And people did tell me, like, because a lot of the traders there have been doing it year after year after year, and they did say that this year they took like less than half of what they did previous years. And I think it surprised us all that it was that slow, because I mean, if you've seen my spring show Comic-Con vlog, that was from the same organizer. They did a show in the spring, and I made almost double. Maybe not almost double, but at least like 30% more, I think. And that was a 2-day event, so I was just a bit surprised. Did you steal some trash? Can I have it? I'm sorry to say, but Klaus has been banished for the rest of this video. Behavior got a bit out of control. Sometimes he gets a bit overexcited and starts using you as a human chew toy. So now he's on timeout. And if you hear him whining, he's perfectly safe, perfectly fine. He's in a nice, ventilated, cool space, but he doesn't like not getting his way. I've noticed that when I edit these videos that I sway my head back and forth a lot when I talk, so I'm actively trying to not do that, and I'm really sorry if focusing in and out is a bit like disorientating or anything. It is something I'm working on, so please don't worry, I am on it, and please bear with me. But yeah, 177 on the Saturday. The Sunday, as you might have noticed, I didn't film anything on the Sunday. It's not because it was busy, it was the complete opposite. It was dead. It was just completely dead. I mean, for the last 4 hours of the event, we all basically just sat there. The only people walking around the room were vendors. And it's not like there weren't any people there, but they were all upstairs, queuing to get autographs. And it just feels like this is the type of convention where either people don't come to shop or they come for collectibles specifically. So it might be that it is a somewhat better event for you if you sell, like if you're a Pokemon card reseller, or if you do like Doctor Who fan art, because this convention specifically is very geared towards Doctor Who, Star Wars quite recently, which is strange because it would strike me more as a Star Trek, but there were a lot of Star Wars fans. And Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Yeah, that's the full thing, isn't it? Buffy the Vampire Slayer. That one's also a very popular one. So, and I think that, because I think there was one person in Artist Alley who actually sold out on day one. She sold cards, I think. I don't know what kind of cards, but I think they were Pokemon cards. And the only reason I think that is because that's the only card I can think of in my head. I don't know, it could have been her own art as well, I'm not sure. But she almost sold out on the Saturday, so day 2. And she chose to not come back on the Sunday because it just wasn't worth it for her. I'm saying her because someone else told me like the story as if it was her. So I don't know if that's not your pronouns. I'm so sorry. It's just I'm using word of mouth. Word of mouth. I also blabber when I get nervous. I'm sorry. I need to chill. I need to calm down and enjoy these moments we have together. I feel like I get so excited to tell you guys everything that I just kind of blabber on, get lost in my own way, and I forget that like we're sharing these moments. It's not just me blabbering on and being nervous about everything. Like we are here together. We're hanging out. We're having fun. So yeah, I hope you're having fun. Are you interested in my grand total for Sunday? We opened at, I have a feeling we opened at 10 a.m, but it could have been 9 a.m. And my first sale was at 10:30 a.m. It was a Hatchelotto mystery pin for £9. Then it was an enamel pin for £9 again. That was almost an entire hour later at 11:21. And then another hour and something later at 12:39, I sold one Hatchelotto and 2 sticker sheets for a total of £17. Right after that, so actually just a few minutes after, 4 minutes after, I sold a hat gelato and a plushie keychain for £21. And then, over an hour later, I sold a plushie keychain for £12 and a plushie keychain again a couple of minutes later, again for £12. And my grand total for Sunday in card transactions was £80, which is my lowest trading day ever. I actually had a lower Sunday once. I got £78, but I got a lot of cash on that day as well, whereas on this Sunday I did not get a lot of cash at all. So it was a slow Sunday. And so if I calculate all this together, it's 180 in card transactions for the first 2 days, and then another 80, so that's £260 in total for all 3 days in card transactions. And as I said, it was roughly 50-50, but I know that I was like right below the 500 mark, which means that I would have had less than £240 in cash. Now, if we go over travel fees and expenses, so under 500, and my travel, say, was 120 because I had a helper on the last day, and say 180 just to kind of streamline. So £304 in total were my expenses for the time, and I was under 500 in profit, which means that I made between 200 and 175, somewhere in that area, in profits. I also know that I got a Costa on all 3 days, so that's easily another 15 gone. So say if we're being conservative, it means that for those 3 days I got £150 in profit, and that also accounts for my time. It doesn't account for my products because all my products are crowdfunded on Kickstarter, which means that they're like the prices of them, my business has already covered those, so I don't have to worry about that at markets, and that is how I choose to calculate it. So when I run a Kickstarter project, there's never like any profit usually. It all just goes into covering those products, but then that's done and you don't have to worry about it anymore. Yes, anyways, I do want to do these videos, by the way, when I run Kickstarter campaigns as well. So let me know if you're interested in that, like almost doing it as a market breakdown, but for like an online crowdfunding campaign. I think that would be really interesting, especially if any of you are interested in running your own crowdfunding campaigns through Kickstarter or Indiegogo or BackerKit or anything similar. Just checking that we're actually recording. That would be so sad if we weren't. But yes, we are. Good stuff. Is that a thumbs up? Yeah. Yes. This was a slow convention. I can't really, I mean, I gotta say, I struggle to say anything negative about this convention because I really like the organizers. I think they do their best to take care of you while you're there. Like we got a free bottle of water every morning. They went around handing them out to us. And occasionally you had someone come in just checking that everyone was okay, because it was quite hot as well. Or it was supposed to be quite hot. It actually ended up being quite freezing because there was no people in the hall. But no, like, I really like the organizers and I think they really care about the events. I just think that, like, one, there wasn't a lot of people, and two, the people who were there were not there to shop. They were there to get autographs, to get photo ops with people, you know, people they admire, people who they follow the careers of, or, you know, all those things. And yeah, it was an exhausting weekend, not because it was busy, but because it wasn't. And every day, like, I felt like I just wished that I could have either brought a laptop or an iPad, but then I also didn't want to be like rude and sit there and either draw or edit a video when people are browsing. But at the end of the day, there wasn't a lot of people browsing, and very few people wanted to have a conversation, which is totally fine. Like when I'm walking around, obviously, I don't really want to talk to people either. I just want to see the cute art and then pick up pieces from the places I choose to pick them up. So I totally understand that, and that's why I'm thinking it's okay, you know, if you're doing a slow event or a slow con, it's perfectly fine to bring something that you can do on your own time. I think that's alright. In terms of best-selling products, I mean, I know we've gone through the roundups here. I would say my best sellers at this event were enamel pins, the non-mystery bag enamel pins, and then I think the Hatchelotto mystery pins and the sticker sheets were probably similar. I think that the plushie keychains probably did worst. And that's interesting because at the summer show of this particular event, they also were like among my worst sellers, whereas at all the other events I've done this year, they've been my best sellers. So it's always really interesting to see like what does best at what times. It's getting so bright. I'm really sorry. I hope you can see my face. Will I book this event next year? No, I will not. I don't think it's my audience. Having said that, I did well at the spring show and I'm tempted to give that another go because it's only 2 days. But what I might do is bring along some of my other inventory. Like I did this trading card series a while back and I still have them, so I could bring those. That's also a thing that I'd like to revive at some point. But I don't want it to be something I revive just because I go to cons now. I want it to be something that I'm really interested in doing. And I am. I just need to prioritize which things I want to do for next year. The rest of this year as well, I mean, I know I have a couple of more convention vlogs coming up, but I also, like after my Hyper Japan vlog, there will probably be a lot of like tidying up my small business, and I'm gonna share the whole process with you guys of how I'm changing my small business and preparing for 2025, because I feel like 2024 was a very slow year for me. It was a stagnant year where I haven't done a lot to expand or to grow. I've been trying conventions, I've been meeting people in person, that has been really nice, and I made a lot of artist friends as well. And I met a lot of you guys, so that was wonderful, and that was, to be fair, that makes it all worth it. But I haven't done any of the things that I wanted to do this year in terms of like expanding my small business. And I think the reason I haven't done that is something we're going to be discussing more in another video, but essentially I need a bit of a change, and it's going to be an interesting change, a fun change, and a bit of a reverting back to my roots as well, which will be interesting, my like digital artist roots. So yeah, excited. I hope you'll join me for that. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was helpful to you. Oh, I did want to say, I don't think this summer event is worth doing if you are an artist like me who does, you know, wildlife art, illustration, but I feel like trading cards, collectibles, and movie memorabilia, and potentially autographs and verification of autographs and collectibles, I think that is where the audience is for this convention. So if that is your genre, then maybe it's worth giving it a go. I tried the spring and autumn shows first though, because the summer one is long, and I don't mind long. I don't mind standing for an entire day, chatting to people, making sales, you know, making an income and making connections with other people. I don't mind that one bit. I used to work at music festivals, making tacos and burgers, and God, like we did 14, 15, 16-hour shifts, and that was all right because you felt like you had a purpose. But at this event, I had no purpose. It was not my crowd, except for the other artists there and the occasional artist who came up to talk, or the occasional wildlife enthusiast. But I think all of us could have met up at the Natural History Museum and had a lot more money to spend. So yeah, that is my verdict. I love Showmasters. I'm doing their autumn show anyways because it's already booked. And I'll probably rebook the spring one because, I don't know, I mean, I like the organizer, what can I say? I will not be doing the summer one again, unless all of a sudden the spring one is just a knockout success. And who knows, anything can change at any moment. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a big thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. I have a goal for 2,000 subscribers by the end of the year. We hit 1,000. That was so cool. I mean, thank you so much. If you are any of my, at the moment of recording this, 1,202 subscribers, thank you so much. Like, we're building this space together. How cool is that? And I don't know, I look forward to recording videos every day now and editing videos, because I feel like we're building this nice community together. And yeah, we're just gonna have so much fun, both for the rest of the year and for the upcoming year, and hopefully many, many, many years ahead. I feel so inspired to make YouTube videos at the moment, and I'm just gonna ride that wave. Yes, that wave, not the wave, the wave. Oh, but that reminds me, when I say wave, someone asked where I'm from, because I keep saying I'm based in the UK. I'm from Norway originally. I'm from the south of Norway. And yeah, I just wanted to mention that because I had some people ask, and I'm like, yeah, I should mention that. Yes, I am norsk. Hello, hallo, hey, hey. And with that, I'm gonna say goodbye in a classic Norwegian way as well. Hey. Ha det, and see you guys next time.